Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our last session of the group. Before we start today, let me go over um, the group expectations like we usually have in the past. So you know that confidentiality. You know what it means. Um, Everything that we discuss in the group stays here. Obviously, this is a safe place for you guys to share your thoughts and feelings without being judged. And also, we need to keep in mind that we only have a short time to complete our session, okay? Any questions so far? No? Okay, so basically what I wanted to do today is I have an activity for you guys, and I wanted you to ask you something that you feel that you have learned by participating in the group. And so I gave you guys some sticky notes earlier today. So I don't know if one of you guys want to start sort of sharing what you feel you have learned in our sessions.
Okay,
And you can stick them on the little board there.
Okay.
What stuck to you?
Okay. Well, what I wrote on the sticky notes is, what I've learned in this, since you sort of, we enter this sort of, what would you call it, mentoring?
It's small group counseling.
It's
Yeah.
counseling, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
These are things that we tend to practice, or at least from my end, that I tend to sort of apply in my life. But I decided to be a little more committed to it. So one of the things that I learned is patience. That's what the sticky note says, patience. Commitment and family support.
Good.
And we always preach that, right?
Okay.
Like, for example, we always say those things. But what I really decided to do is I decided to open up communications with my wife, and let her know a little bit of some of the things that I've been dealing with.
Good.
Regarding, responsibilities that I have to attend to that have caused a little bit of stress. And she's been very supportive, to my surprise. And that really has impacted me for the last, I would say, week and a half or so. And obviously, along with that, one of the things that I learned from her is that I have to be patient, because you can't just solve the problem overnight. It takes a little bit of time, commitment, obviously, and in this case, her support, and eventually, things are going to turn around. So, again, the family support and the patience, commitment, all combined.
So commitment, you mean commitment
To my word,
to
commitment to my word that
Okay.
I gotta do it tomorrow or the following day, so the way I can create a plan of action. Because we always say, for example, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
Right.
Or I'll look into it tomorrow.
Procrastinate, or we
procrastinate,
forget.
we
Yeah.
forget.
And
But
that's
if you-
part of our daily things that we have to learn how to work around those.
Exactly. So I have to hold myself responsible.
Mhm.
And guess what? By having her support, it's like I have to sort of vouch for her. So I can't, when I say vouch, I mean, I don't mean to say vouch, I mean, I can't let her down. So I definitely got to
So
be
you're
committed.
committed, not only have you learned to commit yourself to a specific thing that you're dealing with at that moment that is probably causing you stress, but you've also learned to communicate with your partner,
Right.
which has alleviated a lot of your stress and anxiety.
Because she's been very supportive.
Right, okay, good.
And understanding.
Those are all wonderful.
And
very
in
good
return, it
examples.
forces me to be, obviously, again, be committed to my word because, just to give an example, every day since I share this with her, she'll ask me when I come home at night, so how did it go? How was your day? Were you able to fix the problem? So I can't lie. I gotta make sure that I give her some clear answers to the things that I'm dealing with. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're sharing this, and I'm very, very happy that, you're sharing your learning process in the group, and I feel like you have gained a lot, and I appreciate, your engagement. I appreciate you coming to every single session, and I appreciate you, opening up about your personal feelings and your thoughts. Those are
Sure.
all great. Natalia, do you have anything specific or anything that stuck to you during our group sessions?
Yeah. The 4 words that I chose were sharing, participating, handling, and communication. So basically in the group, I've learned different methods on how to handle stress. I've actually started, when I come across something that's stressful, I write it down.
Oh,
and
good.
it kind of alleviates.
Keeping track of the
Yeah.
stressful situations.
I've learned to
Mhm.
communicate with people because I'm very, how do you say it, like
Introvert.
reserved,
You're reserved?
and I'm not one to talk about my feelings
Okay.
or what I'm going through. So I learned how to communicate and similar to share stuff and.
So I remember during our first session, you were a little resistant to sharing a little bit, but I see that you have opened up a little bit more. You're communicating. You're feeling more comfortable in the group. Is that okay? Good. Well, I'm glad. Let's see. One of the ones that handling, is that part of what you just said? Handling like your stress level. Okay. What is something new that you've done since we started our sessions, and in terms of like handling your stress?
I write it down.
Okay.
When I encounter something that's stressful, I wrote it down.
That's good.
I know something that you did share with me outside of the video or the session is that you prepare yourself in the mornings, like how you prepare your stuff in the morning, and
Yeah.
that has really helped. And that's something that I actually started trying myself, and I feel like it's helping me a lot too.
You did mention the last time, yeah.
Yeah, in our last second session. So basically, today I just kind of wanted to, touch on the things that we've learned as a group. How we have, our personal growth as a group as well. And I just want to tell you guys that it's important for us to learn how to cope with stress. Every day we face, different situations that require us to sort of learn how to sort of maneuver those situations. And I know that in our first session we talked a little bit about techniques. So I know you guys shared that those were very beneficial to you guys, and you started practicing them. And I want you to continue to do that. I think it's important for you guys to learn coping skills, and once you have learned a specific coping skill that works for you, continue to to practice that. And whenever you feel stuck, or whenever you feel like you don't really know how to deal with this certain situation in your life, it's really important that you guys seek help. I think it's okay to seek help. You can talk to a therapist, you can talk to a family member, you guys can talk to a counselor, your teachers in your case. You can talk to so many other people, because sometimes all we need is a listening ear. We need someone to give us a little bit of attention, and for us to be able to share our feelings. And I feel like that would alleviate a little bit of our stress. Do you guys want to share in terms of the techniques that we talked about before? Have you guys continued to use them?
Well, if you don't mind, to add to your point, something that you realize as you grow, as you get a little older, is that eventually, regardless how big the stress might be, as long as it's not a health issue, obviously, that everything has a solution. Everything has eventually, if you stick to some sort of plan and you're committed to the plan, in this case, we always say, yeah, I'm committed, but to really apply the word commitment, it really requires, again, a certain level of commitment in order for you to accomplish your goals and be able to manage that stress. And in this case, something that I tried new was it's very similar to what you did, is I opened myself to communicate with my wife a little more. Of course, I talked to my wife, but not necessarily regarding my work issues. In this case, I decided to give it a shot, and all that came through one of the techniques, which is basically take time for myself. When you're taking a shower, a hot bath, sort of think things through and find out, what is something different that you can try to work on relieving some of that stress, and it's helped a lot. It actually has. Yeah, I commend you for that.
I think that it's important for us to learn healthy coping strategies, and once you kind of understand what those are, sort of keep a log. Keep a log of what is working for you and what is not working for you, and how can you, have cope with those issues that are affecting you on a daily basis,
Yeah.
right?
No, but
So
definitely, I
we
agree.
talked about time management last time. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's important for us to really, really pay attention to the things that we do on a daily basis, because sometimes a lot of them don't need to be, they don't need to be attended to every day. Some of them do, some of them don't. But prioritize. I think it's so important for us to prioritize, right? Get enough sleep. I think that, when you're feeling very stressed out and you don't have enough sleep, what happens? Oh, look, somebody wants to join us. When you're stressed out and you don't have enough, okay. When you don't get enough sleep, what happens the next day? How do you normally feel?
Exhausted.
Exhausted,
Tired.
right?
Getting the thing.
Yes. You can't drive, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't
Wow.
function in general.
Function, yeah.
So getting enough sleep, I think it's something that all of us probably need to work on,
Yeah.
including myself. Also, exercising. I think that it's so important for us to get some sort of exercise throughout the day, whether it's to go for a nature walk, whether, I know a lot of us probably don't have a lot of time to go to the gym. I myself sometimes don't have a lot of time, but maybe going outside for a walk, going to the park, walking your dog, going out with your kids, for a little walk. So all that, I think, is going to help reduce our stress level, right? And like I said, continue to use those techniques that we talked about, self-care techniques. I don't know if you guys remember some of them. I think we kind of talked a little bit about those. But I feel it's important to keep those in mind and to continue to use them on a daily basis. Okay?
Right.
Anything else that you guys want to know or want to share?
If we have a question, can we call you? Can we follow up
Yes,
with you?
absolutely. You can call me.
Okay.
And sometimes, even though I'm not a therapist yet, you can always talk to your doctor as well, because your doctors can refer you to, someone that is a licensed. In your case, it would be your school counselor, right? And if you are feeling stressed out about a certain situation that you're going through, you can always, talk to your counselor, and they usually refer you, to either the school psychologist or someone or an agency within the community. Okay? All right, well, I want to thank you guys for coming. This is pretty much our last session. And, if you ever meet other people that are probably dealing with the same situation as you are, which is, stress, feel free to share what you've learned in our session. And you guys are always welcome to also come back and chat with me.
Okay.
Okay?
Fair enough.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Definitely. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right.